Welcome back to the neighborhood, boys and girls. Our next guest is a special treat. Envoy employee, David Kramer. David, welcome to the neighborhood.
Thank you for having me.
So David is one of our loan officers in training here, getting ready to be the man on the mission.
Thank you.
Tell everybody how you found Envoy and what you like most about the Envoy way of doing things.
How I found Envoy and what was the Envoy way of doing things? Well, Envoy and I kind of found each other, to be honest with you. I was about to take another job, and
We stole you away.
it wasn't that much of a steal. I was happy to come. I was about to take another job. Jim had called me right before. You remember that?
Uh-huh.
And
Yes, I
Jim
remember.
had called me right before that, and I immediately fell in love. I didn't need much pushing. No one had to steal me. As far as the Envoy way of doing things, that's one of the things I love so much about this company and what I do here. Every day is different, and you always have to. You kind of have to like learn as you go, as far as doing things, because every day is different. There's a structure, that we all follow, but every day can be a new day here, regardless of like every person's new, everybody's situation is different, and that actually keeps it exciting for me. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, and you and I worked together for a short period of time back in like 2005. What's the difference now and then in the mortgage industry and how things are done?
Wow, that's a good question. Well, there's a lot of differences. I think back then it was a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for, cavalier, to say the least.
Wild Wild West.
Yeah. It was no holds barred back then. There was all, loan officers were coming, going. It was mass chaos, but it did give me a look into what was possible. I'd gotten away from this business for a while,
Sure.
Unfortunately, but it did give me a look, and that's why when you did call me, I knew sort of what I was getting into.
Sort of.
Right. And after 2009, things have dramatically changed. I think for the better. I think all for the better. It's definitely a difference. I think being a loan officer, I think, is one of those jobs where you kind of have to like police yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Almost.
Well, they police you too with
They do.
Dodd-Frank and all the compliance and all this other stuff.
They do.
But it definitely, like you're even though you have managers, you're your own boss. You're your own business. You kind of make your own hours. Your paycheck dictates your effort and your networking ability. So it's
100%, and it's like anything else in life. I think you get out of it what you put into it,
Mhm.
and actually, you get
Right.
out of it what you put into it.
beautiful. So now you've been in a couple other industries since then. What do you like about this as compared to cars and supplies and things like that? Other industries that you've sold at. What do you like about this?
Well, what I've always liked about sales in general is that I never wanted anybody to tell me what my economic viability was. I decide what I'm worth.
Yep.
And I've always been, for better or worse, I've always been attracted to that.
Yep.
It might sound silly, but one of the things that I love about this the most is the lives that we kind of change, that we help people. Like buying a home is a very big deal.
Yeah.
You only own a few of them usually,
Right.
in your life, and to help somebody be a part of that, it's a cool thing. It's kind of like rewarding to me, for lack of
Sure.
a better.
And you've also done some refinances that we've all been a part of, where you've really changed people's lives. You know what I mean? Whether it's a large amount of cash out to help them refurnish their house or put a new kitchen in or do some other things. Like very life-changing type stuff. It's not like you save $27 a month.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. And I love a fast-paced environment too. Part of my day is sitting at my desk, but like, there's a whole nother part of it, and I love meeting new people. I love, I love pretty much every aspect. It's really not, I don't really have a lot of dull moments here.
Yeah.
And, for someone like me who's, a little bit maybe sometimes on the ADD side,
Yeah.
that is...
You've never been called calm.
No one's ever confused me with calm.
You're not calm Kramer.
Not even a little bit.
Okay,
No.
gotcha. Awesome. All right. Now, in the personal side of things, outside of Envoy Mortgage, Dave Kramer, loan officer, what do you do to either blow off steam or to fill your heart on the outside world?
Well, as you know, I'm an avid poker player.
Yup.
Uh,
You say pretty bad?
No,
You're a big poker player. You've actually won some money. Like, you don't have to be like.
yeah. Yeah, I guess if you're keeping score, yes.
You won a couple tournaments.
I have. I think most of my success, believe it or not, has probably been in the cash game circuit, but that's something that I've always have been in love with.
The underground rounders kind of cash games with.
I have frequented one or two of those, in my time. But poker's gotten so accepted now. Those games still exist, but there's not really any type of game nor stakes that you can't find.
Right.
I mean, casinos are popping up all over the place now.
Awesome.
Having said that, I don't know if it's a life that I would want for my daughter,
Mm-hmm.
so to speak. But I've been able to find a way to make it work.
Cool.
And I love restaurant hopping, stuff like that.
Yeah, watching movies.
Not a big TV guy, but I am a big movie guy.
Correct.
Big movie guy.
Awesome. All right, final question for you. Dave Kramer, tomorrow, hits the lottery, wins $2 million. What's the first thing you're buying?
Dave Kramer hits the lottery tomorrow. What's the first thing I'm buying?
Play the Jeopardy music?
Another minute to give me so I can answer the conversation, so I can answer the question.
I know what the answer is, but I don't know what you're going to say.
Let me hear it. Hit me.
You're going to buy a new car. I mean, you're going to buy a house second, but the first thing you're going to buy is a fancy car. I know you like the fancy car shit. Don't.
I gotta say this one time in this particular, if this business has taught me anything, I like cars. Don't get me wrong, but if I can get a condo or maybe something, for the same price or a little bit more than I can get a car for, I think I might.
$2 million?
I'll probably get a car. Probably get a car.
Car first, condo second, something for your mom third.
Yeah, she'll be up in the top,
Yeah.
number of people. something
Awesome.
like that.
Dave Kramer, thanks for stopping by the
Thanks
next
for having me, man.
Awesome.
Take chances, live fast, all that stuff.
We'll be back later.